Okay, I think we're good. I believe we are on the air. It only took us, mostly me, 23 minutes. Oh, audio's not coming through, but it was a minute ago, so it also might just be me again. Why are you like this, internet? Yeah, that's okay, Sage. I know you're trying. I love you too. Let's see. Okay, so it looks like on the encoder that your audio is coming through, but very quietly. Maybe. Well, I am at a little bit of a loss now, actually. Other than unplugging your headphones and plugging them back in, that's about all I've got. Okay, unplug. No, still can't hear you. It is sad. Why wouldn't it? Yeah, this is about as well as most of my live streams end up starting, but then they get better. At some point, this is gonna get better. I mean, seems like it'll have to.
Hello.
Oh, yes, that I heard.
What?
This
yes.
is good. This is good.
Success.
Okay. That was only the first 5 minutes and 11 seconds of us being live. So that's
amazing.
Good. This is actually pretty good for me.
Yeah.
All of the technical problems are done, and we're only half an hour late.
Yes. Success.
This is good. This is good. Okay. So now I'm gonna share this on the internet because now I feel good with people watching it. Wasn't sure before.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
These usually turn out okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're here. Do you want to introduce people to yourself?
Is there anybody here yet?
There's maybe, it says 2 people are watching now, but I am not one of those people. So depending, we have at least 1 person if it's counting you. And you have us open in another tab, so that's good.
I do. I don't. So
2 whole people.
2 whole people. Awesome. Love it. Love it so much. I am Sage. I'm a Gryffindor. I'm non-binary. I use they, them pronouns, and I volunteer with Camp Lilac.
Nice.
That's me.
What is it you do for Camp Lilac?
I am a counselor, and I also just do things that they need doing in the off season.
Cool.
It's pretty much like they ask me to do something, and I'm like, okay.
This is how most of my volunteer positions have gone. Yes.
Yeah. I don't really have an official title other than stuff doer.
Looks like in the chat, Michael Bruner is saying hello to you. So that's good.
Hi, Michael.
This is going well. I feel good about this.
Love it.
Yep. And so do you want to explain also what Camp Lilac actually is? Because I've actually learned about the fact that it exists about 2 weeks ago. So I'm going to say I'm not the expert here.
Well, I'm no expert either, but I have been to Camp Lilac, so I guess maybe a step or 2 above. So Camp Lilac is a camp in Ohio for transgender youth. The official description is, well, the mission is to provide a safe, welcoming space for transgender youth to be themselves in a positive, supportive, youth-focused environment. So it's basically your standard summer camp, but in a way that focuses on and is accepting and inclusive towards trans people. And no cis allowed unless you're staff. There are cis staff members, but it's only trans kids.
I mean, that sounds super cool, especially as people are realizing that they are not cis or not straight much earlier, as we've also given children representation and information about what might make them feel differently than everyone else.
Yeah, it's a really incredible space.
Yeah, that does sound really cool.
We have a good time, and it's great because it's like a place where trans kids can be free to be themselves without having to focus on being trans all the time if they don't want to. So like when you're trans and you're in a space where there's people who maybe don't understand it necessarily, you feel like you have to constantly be explaining yourself and defending your own existence. But at Camp Lilac, they're freer.
It is nice speaking as an Asian woman to not have to go through like the background information with white people when they ask you where are you from, and then they ask, but where are you really from? So I'd imagine it's like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a similar idea, yeah. Yeah. Not having to explain your existence is good.
Yeah,
it's a space that they don't get to experience very often.
I would imagine, because the world's in general not the best at just already knowing things about minority groups and then dealing with them just existing and really liking books and Harry Potter and I don't know, soccer, I guess that's a thing kids like still, right?
I think so. Is that what kids these days like?
I don't know. They for sure like Fortnite. I know that.
Oh yeah, the Fortnite. Yeah.
Yeah, at my library there's a little teen section, and after 3 p.m. I'm not allowed to go into the teen section. Because it is a teen and volunteer only space, and I respect that. And I look young enough that I could still like sneak in and grab the YA book I want really quick. But they have a sign-up sheet for Fortnite games that is always filled up by 4 o'clock for like everyone's time slots.
Oh my god.
They take it so seriously.
Kids these days and their Fortnite. I'm glad they're having fun.
Yeah. It's nice that they can be in like a good, safe environment of a library and enjoy the internet and the many things we create.
Yes, I like it.
It's good. Michael asked, has Camp Lilac been around for a while, or is it a new thing? I believe it started 2 years ago.
Yeah, so if we can get the funding that we need, this will be the 3rd year of Camp Lilac. So it's been around for a minute, but not a long minute. We're still in what in the camp world would be considered the baby stages.
Yeah, this would be your 3rd summer, which is really exciting because at that point, you're basically a toddler as like a person. So
you guys we can walk around, we can have sort of conversations, learning about things like fine motor skills, diction.
Don't have those yet.
Right? Still working on it, but we'll get there.
Yeah. I will say, for Camp Lilac as a whole, they are looking to raise $10,000 to cover the scholarship goals for all of the children.
For all of the kiddos.
And so far, everyone has raised $1,173, which is good.
It's a good start, yeah.
That at least covers one camper's full scholarship and then just a little bit extra.
Yeah. And if we can just keep chugging at it until camp happens, then I think we'll get there. Yeah.
I think so. I did, for my page so far, which I've only shared today, we've raised $50, $10 from Teo, who people could check out at the letter 15, and 40 from myself, because I'm bad at sticking to promises at Lent, and when I don't follow through with things, I just donate $40 at the end of it.
That's reasonable.
Yeah. Jesus has seemed to be cool with it so far, so...
If I was Jesus, I would take it. I would be like, you donated to charity. That's like a proactive thing to do for the world. I like it.
Yeah. So, my thought is that Jesus said to protect kids, so this is what we're doing.
Yep. I love it.
Yep.
So what do you have planned for us this evening, Katrina?
All right. Well, now that people know, very importantly, who you are, the basics of Camp Lilac, and how we're doing on fundraising, for the start, I thought you might be interested in doing a Harry Potter and the Sacred Text Lectio Divina, if you know what that is.
Oh, I sure do.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yes.
Given that I know you, I'm also assuming that you do have a Harry Potter book around.
I have one of those somewhere, yes.
Okay.
Approximately 7 even.
Yes. Oh, okay, that's good. All right. If in the chat someone can... Oh, Michael asked what's the deadline for these donations. I believe you have until June. So donate. Go ahead. We'll let Sage get one of their books. And then we can start our Lectio Divina. So, for people that don't know, a Lectio Divina is actually a Christian tradition of reading a holy or sacred book. It's Latin for divine reading, and it is a Benedictine practice of spiritual reading. When we read books, it also works with books that aren't the Bible. We treat it as it's something that is, important to us. Traditionally, there are 4 separate steps. You read it, and then you meditate, then you pray, and then you contemplate. But we're not going to do that for Harry Potter. There are different steps that were created by Harry Potter and the Sacred Text, which I'm just gonna double check what those are.
Right. While Katrina checks, I have chosen Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, which is the 3rd Harry Potter book, in honor of it being the 3rd year of Camp Lilac.
Ooh. Good.
Put some thought into this, yeah. It is also one of my favorite Harry Potter books out of the 7. I don't know if I could put my finger on an absolute favorite, but this is a really good one. Can confirm.
Yeah. My favorite Harry Potter book changes from week to week.
Yup.
So there is that.
I relate. They're all just so good.
Alrighty. So let's see. There are 22 chapters in the 3rd book. Since you picked the book, I will check a chapter. I would pick chapter 9. I like 9s.
9s are good. All right. Got to look at those contents, find what page that's on.
Yep.
It's 162. There we go.
Okay. I believe we also have the same edition of the book, which makes it easier.
Yes.
Mine is also page 162. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Michael said he's going to donate after his student loan payment goes through. Thanks, Michael.
Awesome.
Awesome. Alrighty.
Good luck on those student loans.
Oh,
support you. Get that education. Do it.
Get that financial freedom. Do it.
Woo.
All right. And then, do you want to pick a number 1 through 20?
All right. 1 through 20. Let's go with 17.
17. So there are 20 pages. So 20, 19, 8. So we'll be on page 179.
All right.
3, 4, 5, 6, 8.
Ooh, that's a good page. Good page.
It is. All right. Now that we can see what page it is, I'm going to use a random number generator to pick a number 1 through 15. "14" is what it said. There is only one sentence in the 14th paragraph. And the first step of Lectio Divina is to read the paragraph or read the sentence. So, the first reading, I will read it first. The first reading, you're supposed to listen to the passage and see what you find in it and reflect. I think. It's been a while since I've listened to Harry Potter and the Sacred Text, to be honest.
Yeah, it's you think about what it actually is within the text. Like, what is the context of the sentence?
Okay. So our sentence is scariest, the scariest thing. Hooded black figures, cold, screaming.
So what is happening in the text here is that Harry has been playing Quidditch, and there are Dementors at Hogwarts, and they've come to the Quidditch match, and Harry has been attacked by the Dementors and fallen off of his broom. Poor dear Harry. And fallen to the ground, and this is what he is remembering of the attack.
Yes. I think also in the literal context, it's important to note that he is not currently in danger anymore, but is in the hospital wing surrounded by his friends and most of his team. Oliver Wood's busy doing something. No judgment.
He's drowning himself in the shower.
Yeah. No judgment, but not a healthy coping mechanism to deal with loss.
Poor dear Oliver. But yeah, he's in the hospital wing and he's about to wake up. So what is the next step, Katrina?
Oh no. Don't close tab.
Don't close tab. Oh
no. Okay.
Also, if you are watching this live stream right now, please remember to hydrate. It's very important to you. I am a camp counselor, so it is my legal responsibility to make sure that everyone is hydrating all the time. I have some peach mango apple juice right now in my Gryffindor cup because got to be on brand all the time. I'm gonna hydrate. It's important.
All right. So that didn't work.
Rest in peace.
Whoops.
You know, sometimes it'd be like that.
Yep. And, Considering that we had to try to start this stream 3 times with various technical difficulties and then had audio trouble on top of that, I'm pretty comfortable with where we're at.
Yeah, like I think we're doing great.
Okay. Okay.
So while Katrina works on those technical difficulties, I'll read the sentence again. Scariest, the scariest thing. Hooded black figures, cold, screaming. It's a very dramatic sense, very...
I mean, it does really feel like you're kind of... That's a good sentence because it really immediately puts you into like the feelings of what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see. So step 1 was the looking at literally what's happening in the text. The second step of Lectio Divina is looking at allegory and what metaphors are hidden in the text, what symbols can we find in the words that are used.
So I'm gonna pick a word for us to look at specifically. Okay. So the word that really jumps out to me is hooded. So where in Harry Potter do we see other hooded figures? Or where is a hood used? Of course, there's the Dementors, which this is what it's talking about. There are also the Death Eaters. They're always wearing hoods.
They also like black hoods. So what is it with these evil people and wearing black all the time? We need some like cheerful villains.
Really, like bust out some neon. Like get some fashion sense, honestly.
This was the 90s.
Black is so last year.
Yeah.
They really could work on it. You know what they need if we're talking 90s? There needs to be a Death Eater with like frosted tips. Like, come on now.
See, I've always secretly suspected that's why like Draco's Malfoy's hair is described as being like this white blonde. It's because he has frosted tips.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Oh my God. Okay, where else? When Harry is trying to retrieve the Philosopher's Stone, I believe Quirrell is wearing a hood. It's usually a sinister character. I'm trying to think of a positive character that has worn a hood.
Quirrell might have just been wearing like a turban in my head. I think he's Sikh, but I'm not sure. I'm also picturing the movie.
Yeah. Snape often wears a hood to do his shenanigans. Oh, in the chapter Spinner's End, at the beginning of book 6, Narcissa and Bellatrix both wear hoods to go to Snape's house.
Oh.
And yeah.
I mean, I like hoodies. I'm pro hoodie. Why are only the bad guys wearing them, and why are they all the same color?
Yeah, I mean, in the third movie, Hermione wears a pink hoodie.
I mean, that helps.
I think there's something to be said about how a hood kind of shrouds your face, makes you a little more anonymous, especially when it's a dark color. It's sort of to hide your identity.
Yeah. I can see that. It's very... So, within the text, what I'm thinking of now is the word cold was what jumped out to me. Because the Dementors do make you feel freezing.
Yeah.
For some reason. But it also, in the text, made me think of a few years later in the 7th book when Harry goes to visit his parents' grave for the first time. And it's like a snowy Christmas.
Yeah. It's Christmas Eve and it's snowing. Oh, that just made me really sad.
Sorry.
Oh no. That also makes me think of the end of book 6 when they're in the lake, the Inferi Lake, and how cold the water is and how cold the Inferi's hands are, and with the opposition of Dumbledore casting the fire to brighten the room and sort of defeat the Inferi.
Yeah.
And they're defeated by warmth.
Which it is. Harry Potter has always been very clear about who the bad guys are because they'll wear like these dark black hooded robes and they'll like try to hide their face and they'll be stealthy and they'll be cold. The dungeons are cold. Snape is evil. Maybe. You know, people say the jury's still out on Snape, but it's not.
It's not. It's really not.
Yeah.
We know the facts. He's not a nice guy.
He's not an adequate teacher at the very least. He's not a good teacher.
No, he's a very bad teacher. Very bad. He knows his subject, he just can't teach it.
Because he's too busy worrying about his non-existent love life and abusing children.
Yeah. It's like he stopped maturing at like age 16.
Which is, I remember who I was at 16, and that's not good.
Yeah, no. You gotta keep progressing, man. You gotta like grow up. So what is the next step, Katrina?
Okay, the third step is the idea of reflection. How does this text speak to you in your life today? And we didn't pick a theme, but let's say our theme is just transness, and now. Let's decide that now. And
let's roll with it.
Yeah, and how can we read it towards our theme of transness?
Yeah. The scariest thing. Hooded black figures, cold, screaming. That's a pretty apt description of just being trans in the current political and social climate in the United States. It's scary. It's really scary.
And if I'm reading it through transness, I can't tell if they're wearing hooded robes in order to like hide parts of who they are from people who would be afraid, or if they're doing it to like sneak around, or if the people who are wearing hoods, maybe white hoods, are like the bad guys who are chasing after them.
Once again, the metaphor for the KKK in Harry Potter, it's constant.
They're everywhere. And the KKK, too many places.
Yeah, hooded black figures. I think that evokes to me like, the sort of shadowy power of the government or those who seek to oppress trans people. It's like we don't always necessarily have a face for our oppression, but it's always there in the back of our minds. Like, there are a lot of people who don't like us.
Yeah.
And who want us to be afraid and cold and all of these things.
Yeah, it seems there is a safety in not being out for a lot of people. And if you don't think it's safe to come out, definitely, I mean, you can wait on that. But it also seems like it'd be really hard to not tell anyone that you're someone who people think you're not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty unfun. The scariest thing. That also makes me think of the fear of transition. Like, as a trans person, a lot of us feel like, in order to feel like our authentic selves, we have to make changes that to some people would seem terrifying and drastic, like socially transitioning, which can completely change the way people look at you. Even if you're still the same person, they will look at you differently. Or even going so far as to get surgery. Surgery is a very scary concept. Um, in order to be comfortable, many trans folks, but not all, feel like that's something that we have to do.
Yeah. And as someone who's terrified of all medical practices in general, that sounds hard.
Yeah,
I understand why scary is in this sentence twice.
Yeah, it's scary. It's really scary. But then afterwards, several of my friends in the past year have gotten top surgery, and the happiness that they feel afterwards is just contagious. Like, they're so relieved. It's beautiful.
It is. It is real nice. My first trans friend that I know of came out to me our senior year of high school, and it was very weird because none of us knew what trans people were except for them. But they were like a remarkably brave person who had always decided to be themselves anyways, but now they're so much happier, which is great. They did do some scary things to get to this point, but things are better now overall.
Yeah. It's about, evaluating what sacrifices you're willing to make in order to be your most authentic self. I think all people who come out in any way, shape, or form have a little bit of Gryffindor in them. In fact, I would go so far as to say that all trans people have some Gryffindor just by existing. Like, that may not be their primary, but
I think bravery comes in lots of forms.
Yeah.
Whether it be the obvious way of being a Gryffindor, or in the less obvious ways, like how I think Hufflepuffs, the idea of committing to loyalty and to working hard is also an act of bravery, because I'm really lazy and I don't want to do that stuff.
Wow, mood.
And as like a Ravenclaw, confronting things that I don't know terrifies me, but I'm curious enough that I always want to be learning more, even if it does scare me.
Yeah, I think bravery is not the act of not being afraid. It's being afraid and doing it anyway.
Yeah.
And we see that represented in a lot of different ways in the books. My favorite is, of course, Neville, who, even though he is a Gryffindor, he shows his bravery very differently from the rest of the Gryffindors. Yeah, he's a good boy.
He is a good one. So to move on, the fourth and last step of Lectio Divina is to... Oh no, I scrolled past it.
Go back.
The fourth theme is invitation. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, and that's where we try to look at the work and what we've done so far and ask ourselves, what action are we going to take because of reading this?
Well, I'm going to donate to Camp Lilac.
Yeah, I think one of the best things that we can do as an adult is to make the world less scary for the people that are being raised in it now, which is why I wanted to do specifically this fundraiser, as I was looking for what I wanted to do next, and to raise a full $850 for a full scholarship for Camp Lilac, because it doesn't mean the world's going to be less scary, but being in a safe place for a few weeks is
alarming world.
Yeah.
Ooh, donate to Camp Lilac.
Donate now.
2019. Do it. Yeah.
It is down in the description, or doobly-doo, or Chamber of Secrets, whatever you want to call it. It's down there. You can donate. I made the link to mine bit.ly/Lilac Fund Katrina. So my goal is to raise more money than AJ.
Oh, burn.
It's just everyone beat me for Akio books, so now I want to win.
Gotta win. You gotta win. There was a while during Accio Books when Jessica had raised more than the entire House of Slytherin.
She raised more than everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. But like, you know how the HBA had the 4 house fundraisers? They earned the most in the end, but in the rankings there was a while when Jessica was above Slytherin. And I was like, how does she do it? How does she do this magic?
No one knows. No one knows. All right. Now that we're done with the Lectio Divina, I'm actually going to invite a second guest, Nirali Sheth, who is a cis woman who is not Christian, so she's not celebrating Easter today, and was not, like some of my other friends, busy with family stuff, and is also a really fun and cool person.
Woo!
Yep. So I just sent her the link, so she should be joining shortly. Yeah. Does the... oh, wait. Michael Bruner said he's going to donate $10. So that's great. Thank you, Michael.
Love you, Michael.
And
I don't know you, but I love you.
yeah, I'm not 100% sure who they are, but I appreciate them.
Yeah.
Did
Michael said trans rights just by being here.
Yeah. Do you think this called you to anything else in your life, the elective diving that we did?
Yeah, I am going through a bit of a transitionary period.
You don't say.
in my life right now, and there's a lot of scary stuff around, and things that are not easy for me to do, but it's calling me to do them anyway, and really lean into my Gryffindor side and embrace the scariness. Also, wear more sweaters because it's cold.
I mean, who doesn't want to wear more sweaters?
Sweaters are good. I really need to acquire a Weasley sweater. There's someone in the background. Hello, someone in the background. I need to acquire a Weasley sweater because we all deserve to have Weasley sweaters.
Yeah, it's just nice knowing that someone else's mom cares enough about you to make a whole sweater.
A whole sweater!
Just for you! And
So
she already
sweet.
had to make 7.
Bless Mrs. Weasley. She might even be making 8 because, like, can you imagine Arthur not getting a sweater?
I cannot. But does she get a sweater? Like,
I doubt she makes one for herself. Mrs. Weasley needs to treat herself and get a sweater for herself. But, like, only if she wants to, because that's a lot of work.
Yeah. Maybe everyone.
Someone make her a sweater. Someone needs to make her a sweater.
Yeah. I find it
Hermione
difficult.
knits. She should. I feel like since Hermione knits, she should take up the mantle of the Weasley sweater post-series. I'm just saying.
Okay, but like, imagine the first Christmas after Hermione and Ron get married, Mrs. Weasley gets her first Weasley sweater from her. Ah! That's good.
That's really good. Ooh, that's beautiful. I love it.
I'm good at this.
Hermione makes Weasley sweaters. I'm getting all the feelsies. Oh. So good. Also, speaking of headcanons, trans Ginny forever.
So I have feelings
all of the Harry Potter characters are trans.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. They're all trans.
See, I have a problem with just Ginny being trans because it seems statistically unlikely that there were several generations of only men being born into family. I think some of their sons were assigned female at birth and then were like, no, you're wrong. And then we just all accepted their gender identity.
I thought you said, no, you're Ron.
It's a family name.
Yeah, I'll accept that. There is at least one trans Weasley, like, at least. There's too many of them for there to not be. Like,
and so many generations.
So many.
Like Norali's ready to join us. So we're going to do the fun thing of changing the lower third. And making sure we can see all of us, which I hope we'll be able to. We'll do it like this. And then, you know what? Maybe just no lower third. That works. All right.
Fine.
Yeah. Okay. Then we'll see if it actually went through to the live stream yet. Not yet. but I'm sure it will.
Yeah, fine.
All right. How are you doing tonight, Nirali? Oh no. Are we having all? Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay. We had a lot of audio issues earlier, so I'm very glad I could hear you for a second.
I can't hear or see.
Oh, okay. Let's try that again. Hmm. Okay. Well, I try to make it so Nirali is on the live stream because she's here and I can see her. But it doesn't appear to be sending her feed to YouTube yet. While we do that, here is an update on our fundraising goals. We are now at $85.
Woo!
10% of the way to our final goal. Thank you to Teo for donating $10 before the stream started. Thank you to Allie Matthews, who donated $10 17 minutes ago. And thank you to Michael, who decided to donate a whole $25. You're doing great.
Michael, MVP.
Michael's doing great.
We stand. So speaking of trans headcanons, you know who's especially trans? Remus Lupin. Remus Lupin is very trans.
I don't know if you guys can hear me, but yes.
Okay. I can hear you.
I heard that.
It looks like you're also on the live stream now. So I think we're good.
Huzzah! Hello.
Wonderful.
This is going well. I did make it so we all only take up a third of the screen, but we're all here and it worked. So
yes, I love it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think it wouldn't let me do it the other way because there were 4 panels and only 3 of us. So I'm just gonna make a little thing that has all of our pronouns on it, and then it can be the 4th thing, and then we can have our whole screens to move around in.
Woo!
Okay.
And that'll be easy because I already made the 2 of yours and then forgot to save mine.
You fool.
For no reason. But that's okay. This is actually this is pretty good for me. 2 out of 3. All right, Nirali, do you want to introduce yourself to the live stream?
Okay. Hi, I'm Nirali, also known as Fireword Sparkler on the internet. Don't ask me why. I don't remember why. But I'm friends with Katrina. I don't know who the person in the middle is, though.
Oh, hi. I'll do my intro again. I'm Sage.
Okay.
I'm a Gryffindor. I'm non-binary. I use they, them pronouns. And I volunteer at Camp Lilac.
Hi.
Hello.
That's awesome. Oh, the pronouns are she, her. Should have led with that. Sage is a great name.
Thank you. I picked it myself.
That's awesome.
So lucky.
Trans humor.
That's amazing.
I mean, I will say there was a long time that I considered being trans just so I could change my name.
You know, fun fact, you don't have to be trans to change your name.
It just, I thought I might be non-binary, and it seemed like it'd be a great out for Katrina, but it turns out I don't think I am. So,
yeah.
What would you want your name to be?
I'd probably just drop my first name and make one of my middle names is Alexandra, so I might just go by Alex if that were the case.
That's a good name.
But there are already like 3 Alexes in my family, so
I know a lot of trans Alexes. It's a big one.
Yeah.
It's a good, like, not gender neutral name, because, like, obviously they have longer versions, but, like, it's kind of good in between.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is it short for Alexandra? Is it short for Alexander? Is it short for Alexis? Like, there's so many options.
Yeah.
So many.
It's like Sam. There's so many options for Sam.
Mm-hmm.
You could be anyone and be a Sam.
Yes. I like names that tell you nothing about the person. It's very nice.
That's my favorite thing. Okay, for a long time, I was gonna. So there was a hurricane about 15 years ago. We'll start here. I don't know who's watching. I don't know how old they are. About 15 years ago, there was a hurricane, and it destroyed
7 years
New
ago.
Orleans. And as it turns out, it was called Katrina. And I had yet again started a new school that year. And when it was time to learn about current events in my social studies class, the teacher said, "Isn't there a student named Katrina?" And I meekly raised my hand and said, "That's me."
Yikes.
That's really unfortunate. I'm sorry for your loss.
I genuinely don't think she was trying to be mean, but I didn't appreciate her behavior.
We were also pretty young when Katrina happened, like when the hurricane happened, not when you happened.
I was also that young then.
Yeah,
For the record.
She's still happening. This Katrina is still happening.
Yeah. You were happening, you are happening.
You will continue to happen in the future.
Yeah.
All good
The
news.
hurricane's over though. I think.
Yeah.
I hope.
Oh geez, I hope
Better
so.
be.
It's been a while. Gosh.
Yeah. Just like a 15-year hurricane would be a lot.
Oof. Yeah.
We might have to do some other things if that were the case.
Yeah. So wait, what were you talking about before? All I heard was trans Remus Lupin, and I want that to happen.
We were discussing various trans Harry Potter headcanons, and that one is one of my favorites. I'm also a big fan of non-binary Luna.
Non-binary Luna is a good Luna. Yes.
It's a very good Luna. Oh, I can finally see the quarter screen thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Looks
good. It's on.
I love it.
Non-binary Luna is great.
Yes.
Just everyone, no one is cis and heterosexual in Harry Potter.
Do you think she gets? Do you think that's why they bully her though?
I think there are a lot of reasons, but yeah, I think I also have a very strong headcanon that Luna is albino, and part of the reason that she like identifies with magical creatures that aren't necessarily proven to be real so much is because non-binary and albino, and she feels othered by everyone around her all the time, and it's like there's a lot going on there with Luna, and I love her so much.
Yeah, Luna is the best. I really like non-binary Tonks.
Oh yeah.
That's just like I feel like that's the most obvious one in the books, but it's also just like so there.
I feel like she's gender fluid.
Yeah, gender fluid.
Or gender fluid. Yeah.
Okay. in the chat now, we have Taylor Banka, or Banky, I don't know how to pronounce your name, of It's Radish Time. She says hello.
Hey!
Hello. Welcome.
Thank you for retweeting this. I would like more people to see this and be here.
Yeah. Oh, I
Yeah.
should retweet it again. That should happen. Like the
I
one
should
time I'm not on
actually
Twitter.
look at Twitter. I should look at Twitter for once in my life.
For
Yeah.
once. I mean, that is where I'm sending people. That's where your at is to your Twitter.
Listen, I have it. Do I use it? No. I can use it, and people can at me, and I'll see it. But do I use it?
Okay, fundraising update. We are about an hour into our live stream, and with Nerali's $25 donation, we have reached $110.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's
We passed
great.
the $100. I didn't think we'd do this.
Oh, you better believe it. We're doing it.
Trans rights.
Trans rights indeed.
I really hope that becomes the next big meme.
Yeah. I mean, after H Bomber Guy's just like epic live stream, like within that like community, it became a meme. And now I'm like, let's just keep that train going.
Yeah. We all say trans rights, really.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been thinking about, to go along with this fundraiser, drawing various fan art of some of our favorite heroes saying trans rights.
Yes. I am on board with that plan.
I know exactly what I want my first one to be. Ms. Marvel. There is a picture of her in this issue holding the American flag, and I want it to be the trans flag.
Yes.
Ms. Marvel supports trans rights. We all know this.
That sounds beautiful.
It does really sound very nice.
Miss Marvel supports most things that are good in life. Actually, all things that are good.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I'm sure she'll be problematic at some point, but it's fine. She's like 15.
Yeah.
Deep down, I love all problematic.
Yeah. I love characters that like can make mistakes and screw up massively and then like learn from that and come back from that. And I feel like she's one of those.
Absolutely.
But I have not read the new issues that don't have G. Willow Wilson in it yet, because the comic book shop that I usually go to was out.
Oh.
Which is a great thing for the comic. Not so great for me.
Yeah. So I don't buy single issues because I don't want to have to store them.
Yeah.
So I only get the trade paperbacks, and I own all 10 of the trade paperbacks that have come out. I have read the first 8 because they all came out before or during while I was writing my thesis about Ms. Marvel.
Yeah.
And then I just sort of stopped reading after that because I felt like I needed a break.
Understandable, although the thesis was very, very good.
Thank you. It was good. Carol Danvers would also support trans rights.
Oh, Carol Danvers. Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Also, can we just talk about how Brie Larson is just like being the best online with fans?
It's true.
I feel
Can
like
we get Brie Larson to say trans rights?
I mean, Don Cheadle's already wearing a Protect Trans Kids shirt, so I feel like she's going to step her game up.
Oh, yeah, bet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sorry. I interrupted you saying something, though.
Yeah, I was going to say my thesis to graduate college as an English major was comparing the original Ms. Marvel comics of the 70s to Ms. Marvel of the 2013 and 2014 origin stories and how it relates to second and third wave feminism. So I don't think Carol Danvers knew what trans rights was in the 1970s, but Carol Danvers now totally behind it.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. I believe it. You know who else is trans? Peter Parker.
Yes. I have read so many trans Peter fanfics, and they're all so good.
Yup. Peter trans.
Yeah.
I believe it with my whole heart.
Same.
I really appreciate that. So I say on my channel banner and like on my business cards and stuff, it says that I talk about activism, books, and fandom. And I almost never knew the fandom stuff, so thanks, guys. You're great.
Got you.
You're welcome.
Gotta be a nerd. Just gotta.
Yeah. I mean, I was literally just reading a Spider-Man fanfic before I came on here, so there's that.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. It was unfortunately not trans Peter, but it was still very good. And it featured Miles Morales at the end, so
that's always my boy.
He's my favorite.
Our boy Miles.
Mm-hmm. It is. So my husband is Puerto Rican, and my little brother is Black. So by default, Miles is the favorite Spider-Man in this household.
Yeah,
yes,
that's legit.
And like, it's a great character. So who am I to say it's not? I think it's Spider-Woman, specifically Spider-Gwen.
Spider-Gwen is amazing. What?
You know who's trans?
Who's trans?
Trans.
Trans Miles sounds amazing. I want to see that happen.
Right?
There are like a million. Gwen is a trans lesbian, especially
That's
like
true.
Spider-Gwen version of.
I mean, Gwen has the pink streaks in her hair.
Yeah. So
she's in a girl band called the Mary Janes.
The Mary Janes. And her dad's a cop.
Yeah.
It's fine. She's white. It's always been legal for her.
Oh.
I mean, I think it was called the Mary Janes because MJ is also in the band.
I think so. But
oh man. Happy day after 420, guys.
Oh, wait, so I was at a wedding last night for my boss, and you know what he told me?
What?
On his wedding, that he's really excited to get married yesterday to his partner of 13 years because their 50th anniversary will be on 4/20/69.
Oh my god!
My boss said this to me.
Oh my god.
And also other people. It wasn't like a one-on-one conversation, but
that's
hysterical.
The nicest.
Oh, Joe Atomic in the chat says, trans old Peter Parker from Spider-Verse. And Taylor says, nice. I think that was towards my boss.
Yeah, but also trans old Peter Parker from Spider-Verse. Yes.
Yeah.
I understand being like worried about having a kid when you're trans because you might have some extra layers of things to figure out.
Yeah.
I'd imagine that's hard. Sage, I'd imagine you're not at that point in your life yet.
No.
Because you're younger than me.
Yeah, I am 19 years of age. I am not really there yet.
Oh my god, I'm so young.
I'm a wee tiny baby.
Oh man. I feel so old sometimes. I'm not that old. I'm only 24, but sometimes I'm just like media moves so much faster. That's what it is. It's like I don't understand TikTok really, and like
I don't
youth
either.
do.
I think it's just Vine, but with a Chinese app instead.
Yeah, it's
also
Vine,
it was like
but
just banned in India. That's what I know about it.
Yeah.
It's important.
I am a baby. Katrina, we are both babies because we're 24, according to Taylor.
Oh.
Which, fair.
Goodness, thank you. Oh, Joe says he came from the letter 15 Discord. Awesome.
Hey!
Thanks, Joe. I'm in that. Thank you.
Thanks to Teo.
Thanks to donating $10 and helping me get people in the stream. Thank you.
Yes.
Woo!
Okay, Joe is also 19. He doesn't get TikTok. And Taylor
Yeah, what is
says
a TikTok?
she's
What is a
turning
TikTok?
28 and feels ancient. And don't we all?
I think that's more the general mood in society than actual age at this point. Everyone just
Yeah.
feels old.
Yeah, my brother's about to turn 10 and he feels old. Because he's like getting to double digits and he's like, ugh, these children, they want to go out for recess. And it's like, you're going out for recess to play kickball. It's like, yes, but I'm not screaming about it.
Oh my god.
He thinks everyone in his class is too loud.
I'm just imagining.
That's so relatable.
I'm just imagining your brother as number 5 from the Umbrella Academy, where he looks like a 13-year-old, but he's like actually like 50.
Yeah.
And like
I
acts
love
like
that.
an old man and drinks black coffee, and I love it.
Okay. Taylor says this is becoming a comedy live stream about death, which goals.
Yeah, always a comedy live stream about death.
On
Yeah.
that note, would you two like to do another Lectio Divina, but now all three of us are together?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
I'm just
Love me some good old
move.
Lectio.
Yeah, I like it because it's I really like Lectio Divina because since we read the page multiple times, people who join in, it's quick to catch them up. So it's good content. Normally, would you like to choose the book?
I am always gonna wait. Harry Potter, right?
Yeah, 1 through 7.
Yeah. Okay, 1 through 7. Okay, I'm always gonna choose book 5. Book 5 is the best one.
That's legit. I gotta go grab it.
Okay, take your time.
All right. I feel like a really bad nerd right now because I don't have copies of Harry Potter at my apartment.
You're
Who are you?
a great nerd. You're just a nerd whose parents live close by.
Yes, that's true.
To introduce this to everyone else, once again, Lectio Divina is a traditional Christian practice that literally means sacred reading in Latin. We are doing the version that was created by Harry Potter and the sacred text to use it for our own devices. It's not exactly how you might do it if you're at a local Bible study, but we can do what we want. We're reading Harry Potter.
We sure are.
We sure are.
Happy Easter.
The idea is that you flip through a sacred text, and wherever your finger lands on the page, you engage in that word or phrase or sentence on 4 different levels of reading. So if people in the chat want to participate, what we're going to do is, if you can, whoever's first to say this in the chat, to pick a number between 1 and 38. And while we're waiting, Joe says, someone from my work said he thought he was 15 and he works on a college campus. So,
Yeah.
Wow.
these interns are getting younger and younger. Gosh.
My goodness.
My mom told me to audition for the Mindy Kaling thing because apparently I still look like a teenager.
All right. Joe was first. He said 21, which is the chapter The Eye of the Snake. And Sage, for us, it starts on page 441.
All right.
Okay. And then Taylor in the chat, since you were very close second, if you could pick a number between 441 and 466. We'll give her a second. It's nice that there are not a lot of people watching sometimes.
Yeah.
Because, and I can just say people's names.
Can't be like, there's only one Taylor here.
Yeah. I think. Maybe. Okay, Taylor says page 451.
Very nice. Very nice.
Alrighty, Sage, there's 1, 2. There are 3 paragraphs on this page. Pick a number between 1 and 3.
Right. I'm going to go with 1.
1 it is. And then 1. Oh god, this is such a long sentence. This is a 3-sentence paragraph.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
goodness.
But it's so many.
It's so many.
Now I know where I got the habit of like run-on sentences. And also
It was
now we
J.K.
know why the
Rowling.
5th book's the longest.
Okay.
She's sick.
Yeah.
In the chat, there are 4 people watching now, so pick a number between 1 and 13. There's a bit of lag, so
Yeah.
It's
I just feel like singing the Jeopardy theme tune every time we're waiting.
man,
Okay. Oh, Joe said 4.
4.
4 is a good
Thank
number.
you, Joe. 4 is a good number.
Yep.
Except if you are speaking Mandarin, I believe, in which case it's not good.
I did not know that. Okay.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure it's Mandarin. But in Mandarin, if it sounds really similar to the word for death,
Okay.
4 is bad luck in China.
Oh, that sounds not fun.
I know it is bad luck. I think it's in Mandarin, but it might also be in Cantonese.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
I speak very little of both of those languages and have forgotten most of what I learned.
I speak 0 of both and know nothing about this.
Yeah.
Guys, we're experts on this subject, clearly.
Okay.
Yeah, we know everything. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so once again, the theme that we're reading from tonight is transness. Transness, the name of the game. Our
It
sentence
sure
is part of a sentence because the actual sentence is 9 lines long. So we're going to be reading, they were called upon to supervise the decoration of the castle. You try putting tinsel up when Peeves has got the other end and is trying to strangle you with it, said Ron. End of sentence.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can
that
repeat.
is a line.
That's,
Yeah, could you repeat that?
yeah, I will repeat.
Would you
that.
like me to read it?
Sure. Go ahead, Sage.
They were called upon to supervise the decoration of the castle. You try putting up tinsel when Peeves has got the other end and is trying to strangle you with it, said Ron.
Okay. Now, the first reading that we do is a literal reading. It's just the first step is narrative. So we look at the quote and think through all the things that are happening on a literal narrative level.
Okay.
So in the text, we are coming up on Christmas in Hogwarts, and they are helping to decorate. The trio are helping to decorate. Well, not the trio. Ron and Hermione as prefects, because this is year 5, are helping decorate the Great Hall. And Peeves is being the way that Peeves is.
Maybe trying
Ron.
to commit murder.
Yeah, that's the way Peeves is.
I guess.
Yeah. Trying to commit murder, but doing it in a fun manner.
A festive
Fun,
way.
hilarious, festive, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Festive
at
murder. I love Christmas. Always full of murder.
Yes. Gotta love that Krampus.
I mean, to be fair, once again, as someone celebrating Easter, right after the Christmas story, a dude just calls for the execution of every boy under the age of 2 in the country. And then Jesus becomes a refugee in Egypt.
Yep.
Death.
Full of murder.
Mm-hmm.
That sweet, sweet
Bible full of
Christianity.
murder.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
So, anyways,
Yeah, I can't speak to being Christian, but I enjoy the secular part of Christmas, which should be none of
Yeah.
it, but isn't.
So what is the next step, Katrina?
oh yes, the next step of a sacred text reading of Lectio Divina is to look at allegory, looking at what metaphors could be hidden in the text, what symbols we find in the words, and if anything strikes you between this part of the text and other parts of the Harry Potter world.
Okay.
So,
It's Christmas at Hogwarts happens every year.
I can repeat this again for us. They were called upon to supervise the decoration of the castle. You try putting up tinsel when Peeves has got the other end and is trying to strangle you with it, said Ron.
Okay, so I mean, I think there's a tradition of just Peeves just constantly getting in the way of things, for his own enjoyment.
Yes.
So that's something that repeats. I don't know.
Yeah, and further in this book, we will see Peeves really just going buck wild after the twins leave, and wreaking the most havoc he possibly ever has.
Peeves is basically like what people think anarchy looks like.
Yeah, he is the embodiment of anarchy.
Mm-hmm. Or just chaos.
I will say he is
not anarchy.
Specifically trying to strangle, and I don't think he's really trying to strangle with tinsel. I think he is doing this to an authority figure of the school, because Ron's a prefect.
Yeah, stick it to the man.
Yeah. And the man is Ronald Weasley.
Ron, the man. Wow.
I suddenly understand why Harry is so angry about the fact that Ron is a prefect this whole book.
You're the man now. But I also just thought of, since we're discussing death, but also Christmas, in one of the earlier books, I can't remember which one, maybe the fourth? No, not the fourth, the third. Trelawney comes to Christmas dinner and makes a prediction that the first one to stand up from dinner, because there are 13 of them, will die. It's 3.
And it's true.
Yeah, and it's true. Dumbledore is the first one to stand, and he dies first out of the 13.
Because she wasn't counting Peter Pettigrew, the literal rat.
Literal rat.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I find it curious that in the context of the rest of the book, or even in the context of the chapter, this is probably the happiest we're seeing the people, because after that, Arthur gets attacked, and that's why it's called the Eye of the Snake. And yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but that's a thought that I had.
Yeah.
This is how I was in my English classes. I was a terror. Just saying things willy-nilly.
It seems like they are trying to have a good and enjoyable time, even though something is getting in the way, much like the snake will get in the way of the Weasleys having a nice time.
Yeah. And just on the next page, they go to a DA meeting, and Dobby has put up pictures of Harry's face and the phrase "Have a very Harry Christmas." Bless his soul.
I love Dobby so much. Dobby is my favorite.
And I think
is exactly what I would do.
Right? Yeah. And I think combining that with the sentence we're reading is perspective. because Harry finds those decorations to be bad. They kind of get in the way of his enjoyment, right? But to Dobby and dear Luna, who walks in, they're just lovely.
Mm-hmm.
So I think in this sentence that we're reading, to Ron and Hermione, Peeves is a nuisance, but Peeves is having just a blast, and
Mm-hmm.
it's tinsel and it's fun. So yeah, it's about perspective.
Yeah. Do you think, speaking of perspective, do you think we could see Peeves as sort of an authority figure that's getting in the way of like Ron trying to get something done or trying to do something? Because like Peeves has been in the castle forever, as far as we know. And like he's kind of taking charge of ruining things. I don't know how far that could go, but
I
Peeves
don't
is
know if
someone
I
that
would
like
call him. I don't know if I'd call him an authority figure.
I would maybe say he is an institution of the castle, because
Yeah.
there's if he's constantly pranking students for no reason, then maybe they don't feel the need to do that to each other as well.
Mhm.
I mean, it obviously doesn't work, but it might have deterred some people if they've been on the end of one of his particularly nasty pranks. And it also kind of acts as an outlet for the natural chaos of adolescence, I think. Because if you can help someone else who's not really going to get in trouble get away with something, you'll do it.
Yeah, that's
I also think that way Peeves. Oh, sorry. I think that way Peeves inspired like Fred and George and people like that a lot, though.
Yeah,
which is like he's a role model for Fred and George. I don't know how far that like.
Yeah, I think the way that I always envision Peeves is as sort of the manifestation of, like you said, all of the pent up energy and craziness of adolescence and being a youth, and also having magic and just like that. That's how Peeves be.
I think we can move on to the third step of Lectio Divina, which is reflection. So we ask, how does the text speak to us in our lives today? And how can we read it toward our theme of transness? I'll read the sentence again. They were called upon to supervise the decoration of the castle. You try putting up tinsel when Peeves has got the other end that is trying to strangle you with it, said Ron.
I think on a personal, like, reflective level, there's always going to be things that are getting in the way of what you are called to do, what you want to do, or what you need to do. And you just have to kind of get through that and understand that those things are always going to be there, and you have to push forward despite the Peeveses of the world getting in your way.
Yeah, and it's like you're putting up tinsel. You're trying to make the world the way you want it to be, but the things that you're doing come back and bite you sometimes. The tinsel comes back.
So I like that. I read it in a very different way when I was thinking about transness. I read it as Ron and Peeves 3 are talking, also being each sort of authority figures or an institution of this place. And Ron is trying to build something, and Peeves is sort of being destructive and tearing it down because maybe he likes the Great Hall without tinsel and decorations. And sometimes it's hard to build institutions and to build things that protect people when someone is actively trying to harm you while you're doing it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, me too. Cosign.
Approved.
Like, that sounds about right.
Yeah, summed up.
Yes.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's also like Ron is trying to improve the castle, or like make it look better and more the way he wants it to look. And I think that can kind of translate to transness in certain ways. Obviously not everyone has like body dysphoria or whatever, or like feels the need to change their body in order to feel more like the gender that they are, but that could also be an aspect.
Yeah. As a counselor at Camp Lilac, I am called upon to supervise many things.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what that part of the sentence makes me think of.
Yeah, and especially because they're kids that are gonna run around and be kids no matter what. And it's like on you to kind of control that a little bit.
Yeah. Make sure they're not, jumping off of cliffs.
Yeah.
Don't run with knives, children.
If you want to remind us, what ages are accepted at Camp Lilac?
We accept ages 13 through 18.
Okay, I want everybody watching the stream to think about what you were like at 13. Think about it.
Yep.
And then donate whatever amount you feel is appropriate for the adults that had to deal with you. Do it in their name.
Because that's what Sage has to do.
That's what Sage is dealing with.
My job. Oh, the kids these days with their Fortnite.
Do they do a lot of Fortnite dances?
Oh, do they?
And I was just thinking of my baby cousin. She's about to turn 2, and she got really mad at me for a solid week because I didn't let her stick her fingers in the plug outlet, like in the outlets. And then she was trying to reach into the wastebasket, and I like shut the wastebasket before she could get in, like because it had a cover, and she was really mad at me for the rest of the week.
Solid adult.
That baby knows how to. Yeah, that baby knows how to hold a grudge.
Oh yeah, she is very smart and knows how to hold a grudge. And children are chaos, is what I'm saying.
They are.
So much.
And we love them.
Yeah, it helps that they're cute.
So the fourth step of Lectio Divina is, what does this sentence call you to do?
Okay.
Other than donate to Camp Lilac.
Yeah. I mean, it calls me to donate to Camp Lilac because I was a terror as a teenager. Listened to a lot of alternative music, which is still very good, but very loudly, disturbing my parents. I think I am called to the same thing that Ron was called to do in this sentence, which is make your environment better for yourself. Like whether it's hanging up tinsel or just like cleaning my damn room, because that's what I need to do right now.
Yeah, I agree with all of that, and I think I'm also called upon to work to be a better counselor this summer, and put up decorations emotionally speaking.
Mm-hmm.
At camp, we hang a lot of trans flags around, but I think we could use a little more sparkle.
Yes.
Sparkly trans flags sound amazing.
Sequin trans flags.
Sequins.
Oh man. We gotta give money to Camp Lilac so they can buy a bedazzler.
Yes.
This is what
we need a bedazzler.
Every group of teenager needs this.
Yes.
Yes. Every teen needs a bedazzler. Bedazzlers for all the trans youth.
You have to go through this phase at least once. Get it out of the way at summer camp when everyone else is doing it.
It's true.
I will say for me, I felt called to keep trying to build something, even if people are actively trying to tear it down. Just in my life and in the theme of transness, it feels like we've come very far in the past 10 years or so in trans rights, and then have very recently, for the past 2 years or so, taken a lot of steps backwards. But it's still worth trying to hang up tinsel, and eventually the castle gets decorated, so we know they do it. And it's worth it.
One step at a time.
Even if there is some opposition.
Mm-hmm. Your tinsel may get knocked down, but you get back up again.
I get knocked down, but I get up again. Yeah.
Yeah. Everything relates to tub thumping is what I'm getting from this.
It really does.
It all does.
An excellent
True.
song.
It's an anthem.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think that's it for that Lectio Divina, unless you guys wanted to add something.
No. Read Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. It's a good book.
It is very good. Luna Lovegood is in it. And as we said
She
before,
sure
Luna Lovegood is non-binary.
But
and wonderful.
If you need to buy this book, instead of doing that, just take the money you would spend on this book, donate it to Camp Lilac, and get the book from the library.
Yes. Also support your local libraries.
They're very good.
Libraries are great.
If you donate to Camp Lilac and get your book from your library, you're doing both. You're supporting trans rights and libraries. Two most important things.
They're
library rights 2019.
Actually, though.
I mean, I'd be up for it.
I'm in an excellent...
This is an audiobook stream now. We thought we were doing... No, it's audio.
But it turns out we were wrong. As a fundraising update, Taylor donated an anonymous amount, and we are now at $185 of our $850 goal. $90 behind AJ. We can catch up before the night is done.
We can get there.
Wow.
We can get there.
That's amazing.
This stream is now going to end at 9 in about 1 hour because my husband has informed me he will be watching Game of Thrones in this room regardless of what's going on. Which is it's a respectable fandom choice, and there are only 2 real rooms in this apartment, so it's fair.
Today I found out that Taylor Swift watches Game of Thrones, so now I feel the need to actually watch Game of Thrones. That is my contribution to that conversation.
Yeah, enjoy it. It's there's a lot going on in Game of Thrones. There's just a lot there. In general,
there's a lot of people on that poster for it.
Yeah, there's a lots of people, lots of stuff going on, lots to remember. Very plot heavy, but it's good. It's good.
Okay.
I haven't seen any of the new season, but there is on occasion a dragon. So like.
I do like dragons. And I know that the dragon lady is very, very pretty, and that helps.
That's important.
That's the best summary of Game of Thrones I've ever heard. The dragon lady is very pretty.
Oh, Panina is in the stream now. I haven't seen Panina in a while. It's lovely that you're here.
Yeah.
And they
Yay.
are never going to watch Game of Thrones ever. Lol.
That's
So-
fair. That is a reasonable choice to make because it's good, but it also sucks.
Okay. I feel like that's most things.
It's good, but it's also bad.
I recently got into the Umbrella Academy. I really like it,
So good.
but like now that I'm like thinking about it, I'm like, wait, a lot of this just doesn't make any sense, and a lot of it's just weird. But
it doesn't make any
it's a
sense.
fun show to watch.
I watch it because Gerard Way is my dad.
Gerard Way is all of our dads, I think.
Yeah,
He's just so good.
And he is, and it's what he would
And
want for me.
Because of Gerard Way existing, that show has excellent music. So
Yes, it really does.
Yeah.
The cover he and Ray did of Hazy Shade of Winter was like masterpiece.
Hi.
yeah. Hi, my sister's here. One sec. Hello.
Hello.
How's dinner?
It was good.
Yeah.
Short and sweet. We got there like 4:30 and left there. 7.
Nice. That's the shortest I've ever heard of being there. Mm-hmm.
Like, y'all can hang out after, and Matt was like, I want to go back to school too.
I'm actually just gonna like
perfect.
mute Nerali for a second. Just wave when you're done.
All right. Bulk, I'm live streaming, so I'll talk to you later. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry.
So I got great news while that was happening.
Oh,
What? news?
Gab has informed me that there's a musical about the life of civil rights and gay activist Bayard Rustin coming to New York City.
what?
Guys,
That
Musical.
sounds
here, we can all
awesome.
watch it.
I want to see that. That sounds so good.
That sounds amazing.
It's very good.
Yeah.
He was a good person. He was really indispensable to the civil rights movement. He helped organize the March on Washington. He was apparently a socialist and advocated for nonviolence in his work and was gay. And that's why we don't know about him usually.
Yeah. And he was basically
That's why he's
Martin
awesome.
Luther King Jr.'s right-hand man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And I did not know he existed until right now.
He's a cool feller.
Nice.
Mhm.
And I hope the musical does him justice.
Me too.
Is it going to be a play or like a full-on musical?
The headline just says musical, so
Okay. That'll be
Yeah.
fun.
Panina also thinks that it's really cool. Thanks, Panina.
Mhm.
You're right. We all share the same opinion. So it must be
Yes.
good.
Musicals are
Confirmed
good.
by the four of us.
I mean, once again, we have at this point raised $185 towards a scholarship for Camp Lilac.
Mhm.
$185 can't be wrong.
It
No.
can't.
$5 can be wrong, but at this point,
Like, it's for real.
it's for real.
Mhm.
And I'm really impressed with us for doing this in one day. And once again, we can beat AJ. We can raise more than AJ. We just need $90 more.
Who is AJ and why are we trying to beat him?
Because he beat me in Akio books.
Yeah,
Oh.
AJ is the son of the director of Camp Lilac, and he is a trans and does all of the Camp Lilac's things.
Nice.
If you look on the Camp Lilac Twitter, there is a photo on there that has friends that work on the social media team, and AJ is the one in the red shirt that says "Hex the patriarchy."
Yes.
Nice.
Yes,
I agree with
A
that
cool pal.
sentiment. Yeah. Yes.
hex the
He seems
patriarchy.
cool. We will beat him.
We will defeat AJ.
We will defeat
We will
AJ
defeat-
and then the patriarchy.
Yes.
AJ
Hex
first.
AJ,
though.
then the patriarchy.
AJ seems pretty cool, but we have to defeat him.
Oh,
Yes.
Panina asked, what is the camp you're raising money for? As a member of
Oh,
the staff
boy.
stage, would you like to introduce the camp again?
Oh, sure. So, I work for Camp Lilac, which is a camp for transgender youth in Ohio. You don't have to be from Ohio to go to it, but that's where it's located. Our mission is to provide a safe, welcoming space for transgender youth to be themselves in a positive, supportive, youth-focused environment. And yeah, we're really trans, and we do summer camp stuff, and it's great.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Camp Lilac.
I've never been to camp. What is camp like?
Well,
Oh boy, I have been at camp for so many years. Not specifically Camp Lilac. This will be my second year at Camp Lilac. But it's summer camp is the best.
It is.
I've
Is
been
it
going-
anything at all like the Parent Trap? Because that's my only.
I mean,
Yes and no.
there
So
was
the main
less
difference-
fencing at my summer camps.
Okay.
Well, see, here's the thing. I have done fencing at summer camp before, but the main difference is that usually at summer camps, the campers are always supervised. They're not just
Mhm.
left to roam. Like, we have to be watching the kids.
Yeah.
The counselors have a little more work to do than they did in the Parent Trap. They like kind of nudged the counselors out of the way for plot reasons.
Mhm.
But I've never heard of a kid getting a piercing at summer camp.
Mhm.
I've been going since
That
I was
sounds
9.
terrifying. Yeah.
I've been going for a decade now, so like I've never seen it happen.
Okay.
I'm sure it
I
has
believe
at
you.
some camp, but like not at my camp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no.
I
there's no
also-
midnight
yeah.
poker.
Yeah, no,
And
no
skinny
poker.
dipping. No.
No,
Not
heavens,
so
no.
much.
No. There was so much in that movie. There aren't twins trying to get their parents back together, are there?
Not that I know of. I haven't seen any yet.
I'm sure at some camp there is somewhere.
Yeah.
Somewhere, someone is living out the Parent Trap, and it is great.
Yeah, I believe in them.
Mhm.
Yeah, mostly at Camp Lilac, we try to support the campers' interests. So if there is something that they really want to do, we do our best to accommodate that. But a lot of the things we do crafts, we do drama and singing, we do archery and rock climbing and swimming.
That
There's
sounds
movie
like a lot of
nights.
fun.
Yeah, we have a ball. It's a good time.
Mhm.
And there are also a couple of trans-specific activities that we offer. What were they? I'm trying to remember. Like how to do makeup for the folks who are interested in that.
Mhm.
How to, I believe there was a how to make a binder class at some point.
There
Um,
is. I'm on your website, and
Yeah.
they does say it has traditional camp activities as well as a number of trans-focused activities like boating, high ropes, archery, arts and crafts, and making binders and gaps.
Yes.
So, the useful stuff.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, we do lots of stuff. There was a class last year where we made pillows, but in the colors of the trans flag. It was nice.
That's fun.
Oh, we watched Love, Simon one night last year. It was really good.
I still have to
I
do
love
that.
movie.
Oh,
It's a
Love,
great
Simon
movie.
is so good. It's so
I tried to read
good.
the book though, and I closed it after like 5 pages because it was too similar to my life. And I was like, nope,
Wow.
not doing this.
Oh, Norali, you're gonna like
What?
hate Leah on the offbeat then, because I read it and I was like, oh. It was everything except they knew they were bi.
It's just you just feel red. And it's like
Yeah.
it's nice to feel
Called
seen
out.
sometimes, and then sometimes you just feel completely red and you're like, okay, no,
Yeah.
don't want this.
You didn't have to call me out in this published book.
Mm-hmm.
I too came out on Tumblr and was not proud of everyone else knowing about it yet.
Yeah.
I feel like that's just the experience now.
I guess.
Yeah, I think I came out on Tumblr too.
Yeah, same.
Just like that.
Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes.
It sure do.
Can you talk about why you think this kind of summer camp is necessary?
Yeah. So the reason that I feel like Camp Lilac is important is because, you know, when trans kids are out in the world or just at other summer camps, there is a constant like feeling of being on guard and having to defend your own existence and explain why you are. And at Camp Lilac, that can sort of fade into the background because everyone there already understands, and you're free to not have to think about it so much. Like, you can think about it, but it doesn't have to be in a negative way. It can be in a positive, embracing yourself in a community that also embraces you back way.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds wonderful.
It's really great.
Yeah.
Can confirm. I like it.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons, like, I kind of relate to that because I think one of the reasons why I feel like comfortable in myself and in my skin is because I grew up with such a strong Indian community where we didn't have to explain anything about our Indianness or our religion or anything like that. It was just like we all shared the same culture, so everyone got it. There weren't further questions. There wasn't a further explanation about like why we exist, you know?
Absolutely.
Or why we came here or something like that, you know?
Yeah. That is exactly the feeling. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really comforting to have people who just get it without questioning it.
Yup. It's good. Also, support trans youth in this social and political climate that does not support them back.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you hate Trump? Donate to Camp Lilac.
I mean,
I probably shouldn't say that. That's probably not kosher.
No, but
I mean, if there ever was a
keep
person
that off
to
the
hate in
record.
this world, strike that. So struck from the record.
It's been forgotten, and it doesn't matter. He's never gonna watch this.
Yeah, it's fine. The FBI isn't gonna arrest me. It's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like going through so many directors and stuff. No one's actually paying attention to what's really going on in the world anymore. It's just a revolving door of people.
Yeah.
No one's actually competent in this administration.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Sorry, I just got sad because I remembered that you're right.
Yeah.
I want to work for the government really badly because I want to build something that's good and helps people, but not right now. They're not doing that now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're going to be Leslie Knope and save the world. You'll be fine.
It's true.
Yes.
It's true.
I just don't hate libraries. That's the main difference.
Yes, libraries are good.
They are.
Although I think that it had more to do with Tammy than actual libraries in Parks and Rec.
Yeah, I think so. I think she'd be cool with people going to the library, checking out the book, and then reading the book at the park.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, not the best relationship.
Yeah.
It's more Pawnee's libraries that are the issue in Pawnee, Indiana.
Although, to be fair, if they were funded and had highly qualified staff that didn't make people feel bad for being there or take off all of their clothes in the library, which did happen,
Yes.
I feel like Leslie would be more pro-library.
Mm-hmm. I completely agree.
I do.
Which would only happen if the government gave more money to libraries. So Ron Swanson is wrong on all of his beliefs. The end.
I'm comfortable ending it there. Yeah.
Yeah. Ron Swanson is a good person who is severely misguided in his principles. Yeah.
Yep.
Where
about the
are
long
we
and
at
short
in
of
the
it.
fundraiser? Mm-hmm.
Well,
What else is going on in y'all's lives?
I'm trans.
Congrats!
That's been going on
Thank
for
you.
a while, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. It's continuing. I'm trans.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's ongoing. It's like how Katrina happened and is continuing to happen.
Yeah.
Not the hurricane, the person.
Yes.
Yeah.
Although I expect transit will also has happened and will continue to happen.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just finished doing the Prideathon readathon, so I've read a lot of good books in the past week. That's been fun.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
There also just aren't that many LGBT books to begin with, so I was very happy with my selection. Didn't feel pressure to read all of them, because I still want some for next month.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know that readathon was a thing until I saw people posting about it while they were reading. Otherwise, I would have totally joined in.
Yeah.
Sounds like fun.
I did read The Love and Lies of Rukhsana Ali, which is about a Bengali girl who is found out as a lesbian. She does not come out. Is found out as a lesbian by her parents, and then they take her away to their homeland so they can marry her off to a dude.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think if they were trying to marry off to a woman from the beginning, a lot of this could have been resolved.
Yeah, I mean, one of the major issues is at the beginning of the book, even when she's not out, they're pressuring her to get married instead of go to college. And that's a big part of the book.
With a full ride to Caltech, of all places.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm my parents' fifth daughter, so I didn't really get that. That was cool.
Yeah.
My local queer book club is reading Dreadnought right now. I haven't started it, but I'm excited about it.
What's it about?
Yeah.
It's about a transgender superhero.
Ooh.
I'm hyped.
That sounds very fun.
Yeah. I'm really into it.
That's cool. I also read
a
bookmarking it on
surprisingly the surprisingly cheerful book They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera.
I haven't read any of his books, but he is really nice. Adam Silvera is a great person. He had an event at the bookstore I used to work at, and I was working at the register, and I didn't get a chance to get the food, and he gave me like the last macaroon. He was very nice.
It's very nice.
That is my opinion on Adam Silvera. Do they both die at the end?
They do. It is a sort of contemporary-ish sci-fi where there is an app that will call you on the day you're going to die to inform you that you have less than 24 hours to live.
Oh.
So they do both die at the end. It is about a gay Puerto Rican 18-year-old and who finds a friend through the Last Friend app. Someone else who's also going to die, a Cuban bisexual foster kid.
Nice.
Wow.
And they fall in love under the intense time pressure of only being alive for 24 hours.
That sounds very
Wow.
It was sweet. It was sweet.
Mhm.
I'm into it.
Yeah. I really want to read his book with Becky Albertalli because people don't die in Becky Albertalli's books.
Yes.
And people do in Adam Silvera's books. So I'm very curious about how they parse that out.
Yeah. I didn't get to that one. I downloaded the audiobook from my library and then just didn't read it.
Yeah. I think I have a copy of it. Yeah, I think my friend lent it to me. I don't know. There are just so many books.
There
I
are
need to get
so
rid
There
of
really
books.
are. There's so many books.
Mhm.
Yes. I just got rid of a whole like milk crate of books to our Akio Books here in Pittsburgh. And also stay tuned on my channel. I'm going to release the video. We made a video while we were at the anime convention dropping off our books. And it's edited.
Excellent.
I need some time. I don't have time to caption.
Katrina, do you know how long it's been since I've posted a video? There's zero judgment here.
Yeah, we get you.
Oh, Panina says that her local queer book club is reading a book by Kei Chen Thorne, who is a Chinese Canadian trans woman who I love
Nice.
and highly recommend, and it's called Fierce Femmes and Notorious Liars.
That's a
Wow,
great title.
that sounds really good.
I'm adding that to my TBR right now.
Yeah, I'm into it.
Oh my god, it's a memoir.
A memoir? Then it counts towards
Love
my
a good
nonfiction
memoir.
goal.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
That is good. I think I also read what was David Levithan's first book, Boy Meets
Which
Boy.
one? I love that book.
It's
It's
from
very
like
sweet.
I got that at the operating library at GLA, and
Mhm.
I'm very excited to read it. I read the first chapter, and we're feeling it. We're feeling it.
I think you'll like it. It's
Yeah.
it's really fun. I will say David Levithan has changed a lot as a writer throughout the years.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But like the core of who he is and what he stands for has stayed the same, which is nice.
Yeah.
He's just gotten better at writing.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Although The Lover's Dictionary does remain one of my favorite books.
Yeah.
It's just really, I mean, you can't replicate that kind of format, so it kind of stands on its own versus his other work,
Yeah.
which I like. I love David Levithan. I do find it so interesting that every day has a sort of gender fluid / agender character just named A. Have you guys read it every day?
I don't think I
haven't.
Oh, it's magical realism. There's a being named A who wakes up in a new body every single day, and they fall in love with someone. And luckily, his luckily their power is like geographically limited, so you don't have to. So he can like, so they.
So it's the same person that they fall in love with?
Yeah, so they fall in love with this girl named Rhiannon, and but because every day A wakes up in a different body, he or they, I don't remember what pronouns they use. But it's been a while since I've read it. But they go they basically attend school with her every day in a different body. Yeah. There's a lot about like, and like the person whose body they're taking over doesn't remember that day, but obviously Rhiannon does. And yeah, it's a very interesting book with very interesting like questions about morality and like occupying someone's body the way A does, and also gender, because it doesn't matter what gender A is really. So really interesting book.
Yeah, that sounds really interesting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh,
Books.
Teenagers are nice.
We like them. We like books, and we like teenagers too.
Mm-hmm.
They're good.
Ooh.
Right. Yeah. The only other book that I read was George by Alex Gino, which is about a little trans girl that wants to be Charlotte in Charlotte's Web, but she can't be.
It's such a cute
because
book.
everyone thinks she's a boy.
I love it. So
Everyone
much.
calls her George, but her name isn't George. Yeah.
Her name's Melissa.
Yeah.
It's very good. I'm sending it to my niece for her birthday.
Yes.
Her
Good
parents
plan.
don't know that I'm doing that yet. I asked what kind
Boy,
of
golly,
books.
they'll find out.
I asked them what kind of book she likes, because I've never met this child because I haven't been able to like go across state in a while.
Yeah.
But she's 10 years old, returning 10, and she likes books about animals. This is a book about a person who also loves animals and Charlotte's Web.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
if you want to do a combination gift, give Charlotte's Web and
I've
George.
considered it. Because it does spoil the ending of Charlotte's Web, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems mean.
I love how we're more concerned with does she know the ending of Charlotte's Web than like the content.
It's an important question.
Yeah.
I feel like you should find that out through the torture of reading it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a happy form of torture.
Yeah.
Because
the best kind.
It's just such a good book. E.B. White is such a talented writer. Now I want to reread Trumpet of the Swan, which was my favorite E.B. White.
I love Trumpet of the Swan.
Yeah,
it's a good one.
I like to keep a list of authors that don't care that they've made me mad because they're dead, and he's on it. So
wait, why is he made? Oh, because Charlotte
of Charlotte
dies.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got
that's off of my.
What did he do to you personally?
Oh, I got them. Ellen
like
Montgomery has wronged me. They're just.
That's me and Bridge to Terabithia. That one tore my heart out.
Yes. 6th grade me was not prepared.
Oof, no.
No.
Our teacher
is anyone ever.
And
yeah.
So much.
That book hurt.
The pain.
The pain.
I think my list of authors who don't care that I'm mad at them because they're dead is just Lovecraft, of course, because screw Lovecraft.
Yeah.
And Victor Hugo. And the reason for Victor Hugo is just sewers. Yeah. He wrote way too much about the Parisian sewers, and it makes me mad.
Yeah, Victor Hugo and Charles Dickens need to learn how to shut up. I think that was one of the
Please.
main problems.
Stop talking. I'm begging you.
It's like, I get it.
Yeah, the sewers. Yes, I understand the sewers. You don't
I
need to
understand the
keep
sewers
going
of
for
Paris
50 pages.
better than I understand my own life. Oh man.
Panina says they'd be okay with Lovecraft knowing that they're mad at him.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Oh,
want him to know, but he won't.
No.
But I want him to know. I'd throw down with Lovecraft. Like, let's go.
I feel like you'd be able to beat him up.
I would. I would take him.
Yeah.
We've all had like proper nutrition into our adult lives, and like we're never at risk of contracting polio. So I feel like we got a good chance.
Yeah.
We really do.
There's a game that we play every month at my Drunk Shakespeare group, which is like when you grow up, you might make friends who every month we just sit around and drink and read a Shakespeare play.
Good.
When I
Is
grow
what
up,
me and my friends do. Yeah.
New York City sounds fun.
It is. We ask as an icebreaker, because some people may not know each other, we ask like which Shakespearean character or which Shakespearean actor or whoever would you fight, and why. And it's a great icebreaker. And I feel like this is like, which author would you fight?
Mm-hmm.
Rosencrantz and Guildenstern from Hamlet.
Both of them.
Both of them?
You can't
At the
break up
same
a
time?
comedic duo.
You're
No,
right.
you can't.
If you're
I
gonna,
mean,
Oh, man.
yeah. Yeah, I played Samson in Romeo and Juliet about 2 years ago.
Mhm.
And first of all, it was great. And second of all, I did some fighting. I'd do it again.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the name of who I was fighting a page named Balthazar, and I'd fight him again.
Nice.
I'd do it again.
I think I would fight Brutus, I think, because he's just the
That's fair.
worst. So is Caesar, but Brutus is the worst.
Both of them. At
Both
once.
of them are the worst at once.
Maybe invite them to a place and don't tell them that you're bringing a knife. Just throwing
Just
that
totally
out there.
stab him. Yep.
Yeah. Maybe it's in March. Maybe it's the 15th. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Not that that date has any significance or anything.
No, it's just off the top of my head. I would also be very inclined to fight, frankly, everyone in Romeo and Juliet.
Yes.
Yeah,
I think the parents. I would fight the parents. I
yeah.
would just be like, let your kids live. They're only 15. They can date. It's fine.
Yeah.
I feel like I might want to fight the title characters too, though, because they're being really
Oh,
intense
yeah.
after knowing someone for a day.
No, Romeo is an idiot.
But also, Juliet was being pressured to marry someone. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also,
In
she's
her
14.
yeah.
Like,
Teenagers and their brains, their
Yeah,
brains aren't fully developed. Young teens.
I think of the characters in Romeo and Juliet, I'd be least inclined to fight Juliet because, like, who can really hold her accountable for all that?
Well,
Fair.
yeah. I would fight everyone except Mercutio. Mercutio's good.
I like Mercutio, but Mercutio is also a sexist fool. So,
True.
Okay.
I just want to hear him talk about fairies.
yeah. I do like fairies.
Mhm.
Midsummer Night's Dream.
And Shakespeare is trans.
All of them. Next
Yeah.
question.
Makes sense.
I mean, To make
No,
the
but specifically Puck. Specifically
Oh,
Puck.
100. Okay, Puck 100%. That's like, yes.
That's
Puck
basically
is
canon.
chaotic neutral, so like, does
Yeah.
gender even exist to them? I don't
No.
know.
No. Who else is trans in Shakespeare other than everyone? I feel like Cleopatra and Antony and Cleopatra would be a really
like
interesting, like, seeing that on stage would be really interesting.
I really like that. Oh, I'd be into that.
Mhm. Yeah. Who else is trans? Everyone's trans.
Everyone's trans. I think. Oh, Lady Macbeth is very trans.
Yes.
Like very trans.
Lady Macbeth would probably join this live stream if we asked them to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe
Do we
it.
think Hamlet is trans?
Yes. I think Hamlet is trans.
Mhm.
Like only a trans person has that level of like inner turmoil. Like
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Now I just want to see all of these on stage, just like a fully trans cast of every Shakespeare play.
It's what we deserve as people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think I feel bad for him. Like, he came back from school to bury his dad, and then his dad gives him another chore from the afterlife, and it's such a dad thing to do.
It really is.
Like, come on, Dad.
Just
Even
so
when
rude.
you were supposed to leave me alone for all of eternity, you can't leave me alone.
The nerve, truly.
honestly.
Mm-hmm. I would still punch him though.
It's fair.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would have just send him back to school.
Mm-hmm.
But he gets kidnapped by pirates.
Okay, he willingly goes with the pirates. It's just all a
fair.
ploy.
Oh, you know who's trans?
Who?
Is his name Caliban?
Oh, from the island one, the Tempest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Tempest. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that.
So
Ariel is also trans.
I would argue when you're, once again, been on an island for your whole life, gender means nothing to you.
Oh yeah, gender is fake.
Gender
when you
is-
don't know
yeah.
about gender.
Gender is so
Mhm.
fake.
Yeah.
If you don't grow
Can
up in
confirm.
society, you don't grow up with social constructs.
We sure do live in a society.
That we do. Trying not to sound too excited about that.
I feel like all of the Fae in Midsummer are trans.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just all of them.
I love Midsummer so much.
It's so
It's
good.
such a fun-
I really want to play Puck. I would make an excellent Puck.
Oh, you
I
make
agree.
a great Puck. I think Midsummer is the only show that I've actually seen live, so
Mhm.
it is my favorite largely because of that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
hard for the other ones to be your favorite when you've only read them or acted them out with friends in English class.
Yeah. I think by far my favorite way to experience Shakespeare is by being in it, because you read the show differently when you know you're going to be acting it out in costume.
Yeah.
It's so good. I know so much about Romeo and Juliet, y'all.
Mm-hmm. God, I kind of ruined the drunk Shakespeare where we did Romeo and Juliet last Valentine's Day because I made the boys on Romeo's side very New Jersey bro-y.
Oh my god.
I
And
mean,
it
they
didn't
are.
really, and I also made Romeo Jersey bro-y, but it didn't
Yeah.
work during like the really depressing parts at the end.
People from New
I would
Jersey
pay
have
good money to
feelings.
see that.
It was-
People from New Jersey have feelings.
Do we though?
Do they?
I'm not gonna say a lot of nice things about Jersey, but they have feelings. They're people.
I mean, I should hope so.
After having driven through New Jersey, I can't confirm.
After having grown up there, I can.
Yeah,
for the most
okay,
part,
I guess I'll allow that.
I mean, not everyone in New Jersey has emotions, but quite a few of us do.
It seems like Cory Booker has feelings.
He has a lot of feelings.
He's very open about them.
Yeah. Yeah. I like his girlfriend. He's a very happy person. I like that he's vegan.
Yeah.
Cory Booker. Feelings, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I support that.
Yeah.
Just like we
Rosario
support
Dawson being
trans rights. Donate
Trans
today.
rights.
Yeah,
Yeah.
donate to Camp Lilac. Woo!
I mean, I will say, for everyone's fundraiser, we've now raised 1,308 collectively for everyone who's fundraising.
That's amazing.
That's quite a bit. We've done good. And it was, I think, around 1,200 when we started this fundraiser, because it's mostly just been us, I believe, since all of my donations came in this afternoon.
Oh, okay.
So that's nice. We helped.
Yeah.
Very nice.
We did
Very nice.
How much has our thing raised?
We are still at 185, which is very good.
It's very good.
I think
I'm gonna text AJ and let him know that we're gonna
raise more money than him.
Yeah, we're gonna get him.
We're gonna get to our goal first, because we have the same goal of providing a full scholarship.
Yes.
We will both meet our goal because trans kids deserve to go to a wonderful camp that is gender inclusive, where they can express who they are and be in the safe spaces. But we're gonna beat him and get there first.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also,
and you know what I think?
What?
You know, I think we're gonna get more than our goal.
Ooh.
We're gonna get more than our goal, and therefore raise more money than AJ.
Important.
Yeah, you may just be supporting two twins who did not know they were twins, getting their parents back together.
We could be.
Camp Lilac.
What would the Parent Trap goal be? Like 1,700?
Yeah.
All right, that's our stretch goal, guys. Parent Trap.
Yeah.
Stretch goal, Parent Trap.
Oh,
he just says OMG.
They're fraternal twins, guys.
Who?
The parents are fraternal twins, and they're both at trans camp. They're both at Camp Lilac. And it takes them a minute to realize it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay, we need to make Transparent Trap the movie.
Really, we do.
I think that needs to happen.
So good.
There's so much gender stuff that you could do there.
There really is. And it's the perfect movie to explore that. Because
twins that have been separated at birth but are both trans sounds like a great story.
Yeah. Oh my god. And what if both of their parents, maybe not both of them are trans, but one of them is trans?
Ooh, because then we can explore what it's like to live in a household where you're not gender conforming
Yeah.
and have a role model for that. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Oh my
This
gosh.
sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I just
Somebody
wanna
write
know
the
who
script.
Yeah, I want to know who the other surprise love interest is. Like, remember Meredith in The Parent Trap?
Yeah.
Like the evil stepmom character.
Well, first of all, she's got to be cishet.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
And maybe the thing that like really pushes her away, the evil stepmom character away as the love interest, is like saying something not great about the kids. Like one of those stupid, like, it's too early for these kids to know anything about themselves idiocy.
Yeah, and then, you know, she falls off a cliff.
Yeah, and then she gets
Sure.
punched in the face or something. Yeah. There's
Didn't she fall in the pool in The Parent Trap?
She definitely falls
So
in the
they-
pool.
no, she
Yeah.
falls in a. She doesn't fall in the. It was a lake. She
Oh,
doesn't
it's
fall
the
in a
lake.
lake.
It's the lake
They
because they
drag
put her out
her-
on the mattress.
They drag her blow-up mattress onto the lake, and she wakes up in the lake.
Important.
I forgot how funny that was.
God,
That movie is iconic.
that was my
It really
favorite
is.
movie as a kid.
Yeah.
Me too. It was so good. I always wanted summer camp to be that. It's not that whimsical, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah. And we can film it at Camp Lilac and support the place and its advertising.
I'm
On the
just saying,
off-season.
it would be a pretty cool thing.
Yeah, I think it
Mhm.
would be.
We should actually make this happen.
I'm gonna text ye old summer camp group chat and be like, yo,
Mhm.
guys, gotta do this.
Yeah. Oh, man, there's so much you could do there. Also, just
There
like
really
coming
is.
up with pranks.
It's so good.
And oh my god, because they switch spots and they're both trans.
Yeah. What if they're not the same gender assigned at birth?
But like
So,
they
like,
just
if they switch and they still look like a lot alike, but if they switch, then
Everything goes
Gender.
wrong.
gender.
Yeah, exactly.
they gotta be like, is it worth being misgendered if I get to meet my mom? Maybe.
Well, like
Or
concept, they're not out yet,
Ooh.
so it's like super validating.
I like that
Mhm.
better. That is
Yeah.
good.
that sounds great. Or they're both just
And they would never
non-binary.
they'd never expect it.
They never would.
Yeah. It'd be really good.
It'd be so good.
Y'all should donate to Camp Lilac so we can make a trans Parent Trap happen.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
gotta make sure.
If we meet our goal, I will make it my personal goal to do everything I can to make a transparent trap skit happen at camp this summer.
This is
Oh my
important
god,
to me.
that would be yes.
God, can you imagine?
That would be amazing.
I
I think I'm gonna
would love
donate
that.
more so we can try to make this happen.
I put all of the money I had available for this into the donation up front. So I won't, but other people can, which is why we'll be doing things like this live stream. And I'll get to talk more about trans rights on my channel, because people deserve rights.
Yes, they do.
They so do.
Trans rights.
Woo!
Trans rights. Okay, I'm gonna make it a nice even 200.
Very nice. So considerate of you.
Mhm.
Good.
Just
Good.
typing in all the information. What were camp pranks like an actual thing?
So I went
I
to
guess-
2 different summer camps when I was a kid. It was a
Mhm.
really big thing in the first camp for the older kids. Like my big
Mhm.
sisters would tell me about like the great pranks that they pulled, like putting like temporary hair coloring in someone's like mini bottle of shampoo,
Mhm.
which was like funny, and then it washed out the next day because they shared their shampoo
Yeah.
after that. Like little stuff like that. Funny and
Mhm.
good.
And harmless.
Very harmless. I don't think
Mhm.
they told me about any harmful pranks that took place at camp.
Yeah, I should
Doesn't
hope
mean
not.
they didn't happen, but
Mhm.
they didn't tell
best-
me.
The best prank I ever did was it was an April Fool's prank.
Mhm.
I duct taped the sprayer on the sink in the kitchen. And when my mom got up in the morning and was going to work, she got sprayed when she turned on the sink.
That's
It
amazing.
was really funny. I heard her shriek from upstairs, and it's really
That's so
great.
satisfying.
That sounds very good.
Mhm. Do you have to stop kids from pranking at Camp Lilac?
I haven't heard about any pranks at Camp Lilac. Their favorite thing to do is to go up to each other and say, "Hey, you pass really well," and it's really cute.
It's nice.
Though it's
fresh
really
and
funny when
sweet.
it's very sweet, but it's really funny when they do it to non-binary people. Like one of them said it to me once, and I was like, "Thanks. As what? What am I passing as?"
A human being.
Yes, I am a human. It was
See,
really
that's what
funny.
people from New Jersey. That's what people from New Jersey have to do. We have to pass as human.
Oh my
It's
god.
very difficult.
Yeah, it's hard. I sympathize. Being an alien is hard. We do our best, but we're trying.
I would sympathize, but people from New Jersey have no emotions, so.
As we've established.
Yeah, like yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We have certainly created some memes tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Oh man.
I don't know about you, but I've secretly been drawing Kamala Khan holding a trans flag this whole time. It's not ready yet.
I love it though.
I've just been eating Oreos.
Which is a good choice. What a
That
valid
is a good choice. Yeah. Mad respect. We have 4 minutes till Game of Thrones lift off.
No, we opened. I don't know if you can see behind me, but
Yes.
Game of Thrones is already pulled up.
Oh my god.
As
There
soon
it
as
is.
it starts.
He is
You
prepared.
will know. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're late,
Oh.
the internet will spoil it.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
As a final thing, which Game of Thrones characters are trans?
Ooh.
I don't know all of them. I've never seen the show.
Yeah. Well, as someone who has seen the show, you're right, all of them. But specifically, Arya Stark is so trans. like so
That's
trans.
amazing.
Yeah. I would also say that, yeah, they're just trans.
Yeah, I think the
Yeah,
pretty dragon lady.
Yeah,
trans.
pretty dragon lady trans.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty dragon lady trans. Who else?
I think we should just make her title Pretty Dragon Lady. Like official.
No,
I don't
that
know
is her
what her
title.
real name
That her name is Daenerys Targaryen, but like it's pretty dragon lady.
Pretty dragon lady.
I think my headcanon is that everyone who survives is trans. Because
That's a good one.
a bit of a thing on Game of Thrones, is that everyone's dead, and
Only the cis die.
almost all of the queer characters are dead now, and I'm really mad about it.
No.
So
That sucks.
all of the ones who made it are trans.
All right.
Take that, George R. Martin.
It's been decided.
Only the cis die.
Well, this is unfortunate for me, but
Only the
Yeah,
cis die young.
oh, so I found out that apparently 4 years my husband would get Only the Good Die Young stuck in his head, but he didn't know it was about dying young. And it's now my favorite story about him.
Wait, so he didn't know the lyrics? He just had the song, like the melody stuck in his head?
He thought it was about like living while you're young. And like, which it is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's not right.
Okay, what is it?
It's that. Because I had the melody of na 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 stuck in my head, but I thought it was Only the Good Times, la 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 la. And like once a month I would look up, what's that song about Only the Good Times? And it turned out it was Only the Good Die Young, not Only the Good Times, whatever. Here's my book.
Uh-huh.
I needed this earlier.
Oh,
Go buy my book.
I can tweet about that
After you
later.
donate to Camp Lilac.
Donate to Camp Fly.
I mean, we share a joint bank account. It's
Ask
been done.
your local library to hold Victor's book.
That'd be nice.
That's an
Make it
actual
happen.
thing that can happen. Yeah.
Make it happen.
All right. Well,
Okay.
29.
apparently Game of Thrones is starting. So
Oh geez, I guess it's time.
I think
Yeah.
it's time for us to be done. Because
Enjoy the pretty dragon lady.
okay,
Catch
so do
you
we,
kids later. Donate to Camp Lilac.
yeah, any last thoughts that people have and want to share?
Let's make the transparent trap happen.
Transparent trap,
Yes.
good plan, good plan.
Yes. Yeah, Remus Lupin is trans.
Remus Lupin is trans, also good.
Yeah. And we're gonna stick it to the AJ.
Stick it to
Yes.
AJ. We only
Yeah.
need to raise. So since the rally bumped us up to $200, we only need to raise 75 more to out fundraise AJ at this point. So if you've been busy watching the live stream and not donating, Jason, you just asked a question and I didn't see it till now. I'm sorry. We will get to it the next time I have a chance to do one of these, which is hopefully soon. I like doing live streams.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question. A long question. And unfortunately, Game of Thrones is on.
And yeah, and unfortunately, I did say I would end when the Game of Thrones started. So I'm very sorry,
Yeah.
Jason. I will put that into a little Google Doc so I remember it. But yeah, support trans kids, I guess, is what we're ending on. I forgot what we were talking
Trans
Yeah.
rights.
Trans rights. That's it. That's the message.
And I think we're good. Thank you both for joining me. It's been really great talking to you. And maybe
Thanks for having us.
yeah. All right, I'm gonna end the live stream.